Xanana Gusmão kembali menjabat Perdana Menteri Republik Demokratik Timor-Leste sejak 1 Juli 2023. Xanana menjabat Perdana Menteri untuk masa 5 tahun pemerintahan. Sebelumnya, Xanana merupakan Presiden pertama Timor-Leste setelah merdeka pada 2002. Pada pemilu tahun 2023, Partai Xanana Gusmão memenangi suara terbanyak dalam pemilihan Parlemen Timor-Leste. Partai besutannya, CNRT, meraih perolehan suara sekitar 42%. Angka ini mengalahkan Partai Fretilin yang berada di urutan kedua dengan sekitar 26% suara. Bagi banyak warga Timor Leste, Xanana adalah sosok legenda yang membantu pembebasan Timor Leste dari Indonesia. Pria berusia 77 tahun ini dikenal luas sebagai figur politik Timor Leste. Popularitas besar Xanana berakar pada perjuangan panjang Timor Leste meraih kemerdekaan. Di bawah kepemimpinan Xanana selama lebih dari 1 dekade, gerilya Valintil membantu menyatukan kelompok-kelompok pro-kemerdekaan lain di Timor Leste.
Setelah 21 tahun merdeka pada bulan Juli tahun 2023, Timor Leste memiliki Perdana Menteri baru. Tapi ternyata wajahnya tidak baru, wajah yang sangat familiar ya sebagai pemimpin Timor Leste. Dan siapa dia? Insight with Desi Anwar kali ini berada di Dili, di Istana Gubernur di Dili dengan Perdana Menteri Timor Leste yang baru, Xanana Gusmão. Perdana Menteri, apa kabar? Sehat?
Alhamdulillah. Apa kabar?
Masih ingat saya kan?
Iya. Kok
You still remember me?
kok cantik begini kita lupa? Tidak bisa.
Oke, bisa saja. Ini Perdana Menteri, Prime Minister. I mean, I feel very formal talking to you like this. To be honest,
Tapi tadi bilang Perdana Menteri baru hanya waktu kami diberi pekerjaan ini dari Indonesia orang bilang wajah lama semua.
iya,
Oleh karena
familiar
itu,
sekali wajahnya. Familiar sekali wajahnya.
familiar, tapi mereka bilang wajah lama.
Kenapa masih mau? Why do you still want to?
Demokrasi itu apa? Rakyat yang
Memilih.
rakyat yang minta, bukan saya yang minta.
Jadi rakyat yang minta.
Rakyat bilang ke sana, kita terima.
And you still have the energy, you still have the strength, you still have the vision.
I would not say energy because I am 7'7", but I can say that I have a duty. I have to answer the expectations of the people. That was why I came again. And I hope that the energy that you talk about, can come and help me for these 5 years.
Can I just rewind a little bit? Because looking at you, I remember in those days, I used to come and visit you in Cipinang. Do you
Yes.
remember those days? And I would
Yes.
come and visit you, and we would have a chat.
Yes.
At that time, you were
Oh,
a very famous
long
political
time
detail.
ago. Yes, I still remember you. You didn't change.
Thank you.
You are still very young.
Those days seemed far away now for you.
Pardon?
Those days seem far away. Though they, do you still remember the days of when you were still fighting for the independence of your country and you were...
Ooh. Sometimes, already here, I try to, I don't compare, but I try to see the differences. And what I can say is that it's easier, the times of fighting.
Easier?
Easier.
Even
than-
when you were captured?
Very easy.
Why and how?
Because now, at the time, it was only or kill or be killed, or solve this situation of now facing two process, difficult process, state building, nation building. And the state building is not a very, very easy task. And I have to recognize that we are still a fragile state. When we talk about fragile state, it means that the institutions of the state, from the president, parliament, government, and other institutions like the justice, these institutions are not yet strong enough. That is why we are still a fragile state. And the state building process is very, very difficult because it demands to everyone coming to be president, coming to be parliamentarian, coming to be or member of government or civil servant or judge or prosecutor, each one must be oriented by the principle of serving the people and the country. But unfortunately, and it doesn't happen only in Timor-Leste, it happens everywhere. Unfortunately, we are not yet very, very conscious of our task of building a strong state. That is why I was elected, not because they loved me or they liked me, but people expressed in their votes the need of change, because the last government did many, many mistakes. We are fortunate to have our petroleum fund that support and help our state nation building process. But there is an important rule: don't waste that money. The money belongs to the people. Because they fought, and we could have. If they didn't fight, we will not have. That is why the many mistakes made by the last government forced people to called me again because I was already the Prime Minister.
You were from 2007. You were Prime Minister until
Yes.
2015.
They re-elected me in 2012. But because of a more important issue, a more important task, that was to defend our maritime border with Australia, I left the prime ministership, and I started the process fighting against Australia, and we could achieve a very good result of this. That is why people tired of being too many mistakes from 2017 to 2023, they called me to come again. When we became independent, without any experience in the administration, in the governance, bad.
You had a vision of what the country would look like once it was independent. Could you remember what vision you had about this is the Timor-Leste that I want to see? And then once when you achieved independence and you had power, how did that sort of gap between your ideal and the reality, basically?
I was telling you that the 24 years were easier than this, than now. The vision at the time when I saw people dying in front of me, elder people, kids, moms with their babies, they wanted to be independent. That is why they made all the sacrifices. In the end of 1999 to 2001, it was UNTAD here, UNAMED, and UNTAD trying to help us to build a state. What we noted, it was that we fought for independence, but we didn't prepare ourselves for independence. It was just independence, independence, independence. And when we became independent, without any experience in the administration, in the governance, bad. And it took 5 years, the first 5 years. We don't see as a very bad period, but we saw as a very crucial period. Crucial because in these conditions of starting in the beginning,
from scratch. Nothing.
We could understand what we needed. That is why in 2007, when I became Prime Minister, we started to build the system, administration, finance, and I can say that we achieved our targets.
Which were? What were the targets then?
The target was to build a strong state. Build a strong state. And we built the administration. We built a very strong financial system because we start to receive money from our resources.
In that case, let me tell you, let me ask you about the challenges then in leading, in governing a young country like Timor-Leste from that social and political aspect. What was it that was, well, when 2002 you became independent, what was this communities like? Because there were obviously a lot of tension and conflicts post the referendum, but then what happened that created that?
Then I came to the government in 2007 just to put an end to the conflict, because the crisis that came in 2005-06 divided Timor-Leste.
Give me a sense of what the people were like. Give me a sense of the division. What were the emotions and the different factions?
Was people from the eastern part of the country felt that they were the fighters, and from the western part they say, you are not fighters, we are the heroes, we are the... And it was a division. It was a division. You may remember it caused problems in the army also, and the president was attacked.
Assassination attempt.
I was also attacked, but fortunately it only causes a car going down there. And that was why I came to be Prime Minister, to solve. We could solve in 2.5 years. And that was why from there in 2009 we said, okay, we are now, people accepted, no way, no
united.
more.
More united.
Already united, we started to look at the social problems. Social problems is the elder people that fought. They didn't fight with weapons, they fought in many, many other ways. Education, health, and in development, agriculture, everything that goes to money. And also we could motivate the national private sector to start thinking about
investing.
What each person or each organization can do in cooperation with the state, with others, no? And we succeeded, but now we have to go back and push again.
Why did you step back then in 2017? Why did you?
No, we lost the elections. In 2014, I left the government to look at the sea.
Okay.
And in 2017, we lost the elections. That's why other people. And then now, being Prime Minister, I still have a big job. The land border with Indonesia and the maritime border. That's why as Prime Minister I have to coordinate and look at the development, because we, in these 5 years, we want to improve the economic level of our society, creating jobs, etc., because of the inaction
Of the previous
6
government.
years, we buy everything,
Import.
import everything, and the money goes all outside. Instead of looking at our farmers, produce just to have the benefit of the development. That is the big problem now. The big problem now.
So how are you going to fix it? I mean, what are you going to do differently, not just from the previous government, but from what you did earlier when you were
From
Prime
the
Minister?
previous government, we didn't finish yet our job, but until last Saturday, we have to correct the mistakes in the financial system that they committed many violations,
Corruption.
and irregularities, and all of this. And now we have to bring the budget to the Council of Ministers and to send to the Parliament to discuss. That is why we are not yet working. We only will start working next year. Comparing with other countries in the G7, they are asking for money. We have our own money. That is why we are fragile in the state. And I was telling you, the last government violated the rules, changed everything, giving way to corruption, all of this. This is fragility.
But you feel that development has actually regressed in the last few years?
Yes.
And what sort of reforms are you planning to implement?
In the development, we are pushing the agriculture, the livestock, everything, to start motivating our farmers to produce in terms that if they produce more, they can get more benefits instead of buying rice for outside, buying coal from outside, buying almost everything from outside.
How are you doing it?
Not now.
Oh,
We have a
there's a
plan for 5 years. We will start next year to motivate this.
So you want
Yeah.
to
Not
be
me,
more
Not
self-reliant.
me. I am the Prime Minister.
But you have to make sure.
The ministers, they already have the plan to start, not to do everything in 1 year. We have 5 years. But next year, that is why I told you, we only finish our job in discussing the budget. And the budget is, you are the Minister of Agriculture, I need this money in agriculture to do this, okay. I need this to do this. the Minister of Infrastructure, I need this money. And we put
And
the
then
money.
you
Yes,
disperse.
yeah.
But tell me about the budget. Where does the majority of the money in the budget coming from? Is it still basically from your oil and gas, from your natural resources, or where is it from? Still?
Mostly from oil and gas, from our petroleum fund. Mostly. Some we started also when we started to build the roads. We classified the roads in national, regional, local, and when we started, we saw that if we take all the money, it will be reduced
Yeah.
very quickly.
Not sustainable.
Very quickly. That is why we asked Japan, World Bank, and they gave us loans. And we are paying back with interest, but it is better because the money we take little by little, little by little. Not only because of this, but during my governance, we had two ways to invest the money. One in bonds with a small interest, another one in equities, also very moderate, because if sometimes you want money, and you lose everything, and in
Especially
a
if it's
very
in the stock
moderate
market.
way.
Yeah.
From there till now, we received back already more than 8 billion. That is why we have to take care of the money. Fortunately, we are not dependent on the donor countries.
But now Timor-Leste is stable. Would you say it's
As
conflict-free?
stable is stable.
Conflict-free?
Yes, in terms of conflict, we are not.
Okay.
We are fragile in the state. Yes, and comparing with other countries in the G7, they are asking for money. We have our money, no? That is why we are fragile in the state. And I was telling you, the last government violated the rules, changed everything, giving way to corruption, all of this. This is fragility. Yeah,
But you have a plan to build a much stronger
yes, we are trying.
country.
We are trying. We are correcting everything.
Including reforms of the bureau.
We are starting.
Can I ask you your priorities when it comes to, you said you want to diversify, so you're not so dependent on oil and gas, for example. Getting investments, that's what you were talking about.
Getting investment.
Tell me what you are doing in order to, let's start with
We are
Indonesia,
not
the
doing,
biggest.
we want to do. We only will start working next year.
But can I have a glimpse of the kind of plans that you
Yes, agriculture, livestock, fruits, vegetables, all of these. And push the private sector to go and buy, and if it is possible, to make small industries.
How are you going to entice them?
Eh?
How are you going to bring them? What
Bring
kind?
what?
The investment in.
No,
You start with the domestic.
Timorese. Big investments we are open to, but if they want to come and buy fruits here, buy fruits there, yes, okay. Because the problem is the benefit that it gives to the producers, to the farmers.
Directly.
Directly. They produce because the philosophy of the farmers is, if I have 10 fruits of mango, I bring to Delhi, and people only buy one, because I have to pay the BMO, I have to eat, and one, this cost a little bit more than it should be, and people only buy one. Next year, I will not bring. But if I bring 10, and people eat and say, oh, no more, no more, next year they will bring 20. People ask, next year they will bring 50. This is the philosophy of the farmers. That is why, if they produce, we say produce, and we push our private sector, go and buy, and together, few together, can do like, how to say, a small industry of juice, of something else. The problem is the farmers, they receive already directly, and they can do more and more and more and more. And because they can do more, this small industry can
grow.
Yes, can grow. It is in many aspects, many areas of agriculture and economy.
What sort of products are we talking about that can be an asset to Timor-Leste? I mean, I hear coffee is a...
Coffee is coffee. Coffee is coffee. But even coffee, Indonesia sells 1 ton, we sell 10 kilos. That is why we have to. We are not going to compete. We are only with the perception that if we produce more, and there is people that are going to the farmers and buy directly for them, they can feel the benefits of their work. And if these people that go there buy and do something, we can reduce the import, and the money don't go to outside.
Outside.
Yeah.
It will increase.
Yes.
What is the poverty situation at the moment?
We are still very poor.
Still very poor.
Very poor. I still remember sometimes in the jungle, and
where life was easier.
Wait. And if we cannot, we run away.
Let's open up the lens a bit and look at Indonesia, which is your biggest neighbor. What can,
No,
in terms
I don't agree that the Indonesia is the biggest neighbor.
Okay.
Because our neighbor is Timor Kupang, Alor. There are our neighbors.
Okay. We're now friends, obviously.
Yeah.
What can Indonesia, for example, I mean, like so with practically brothers, do in order to help with speed up the developments?
The problem is for us not to be so or too nationalist, but the problem is to motivate our own people first.
And that's difficult.
No, the problem is not to be like so nationalist that
I don't want
close the door. No, the problem is I have to take care first of my own people, create the conditions to them, and after that, if it improve, if it grow, yeah, Indonesian come and then we can continue to.
So that's your main focus for the next 5 years. Build up self-resilience, build up self-sufficiency.
Yes. In agriculture, in the economic development of our people, and beside this, of course, tourism, because many tourists came, few, not many.
Tell me, what kind of things can a tourist do?
Wait, I didn't finish yet.
Okay.
Desi,
I'm
how are you?
very interested to
Look.
know what exciting things a tourist
Few
can do.
tourists came. I meet them. Oh, hello. You like Timor? I like Timor, but I will not come again. Why? What is the problem? The problem is that we go around. To come, we have to spend the tickets. To be here, we have to spend money for hotels. And to stay safe, we have to eat and drink. But what we eat and drink is Indonesian food, and that is why I will not come again, because I prefer to be in Bali, because it is from one plate. I give there 50 cents, here I have to pay $2.50, like this now. All of this, that is why.
It's all in dollars here. It's all in dollars in Timor-Leste.
Not only in dollars, there 50 cents, here $2.50. No,
So not competitive.
No, that is why to improve the tourism, we have to improve also our local products and start people that we will say community tourism, no?
Yeah, like ecotourism.
Ecotourism and community and then, and people come and say, wow, oh, you produce, wow, you did this, you do this, you eat this. Just to be a little bit different of Indonesia, no? Because, and it is some way of thinking that we are putting in our, because yes, nature, Bali is beautiful.
And it's close by.
But we have some places more beautiful than Bali, no?
But are there flights, lots of flights coming in to Timor-Leste?
Not yet, because because they don't come because they spend less money in Bali than here, and they like Timor-Leste. All of this, no? That is why everything about economic development, we put everything, and okay, you take care of this. Okay, you take care of this. You take care of this. We will start next year. We will try to see in the second year what we did already, what we can continue to do, or...
Let me go back and ask you that first question, your vision for Timor-Leste. Once this is implemented as of next year, like you said, all these plans, how do you see economic development? How do you see Timor-Leste in 5, 10 years from now? What kind of country? And also now that
I
you...
will not say that because I have, my responsibility is not only producing plans. My responsibility is to see if this plan is well implemented. Next year when you come here, you will not see me here. You will not. I will give, I already told them, I will give to all the ministers 3 months, because I have, from each, I have their plan, all their plan. 3 months to do something. In the 4th month, I will go around the country. The school. Why you didn't start yet? The agriculture water. Why you didn't start yet? I don't demand that we have to cut already. No, the water didn't come yet. In the health, in this, in that, in everything. And I already told my ministers, after 6 months, if they don't respond, get out. Go. Just because the independence don't mean that some Timorese are members of government, or are this or that. But that we are working for people to feel the independence until their house. And it is what we still don't have. And in these 5 years or so, we will start the decentralization process with local governments. Next year we will train people in administration, in planning, in finance, everything. We have 13 municipalities. Oh, it is already good. He's already, oh, very good. Testing everything. We start here. Local government, local assembly, and the parliamentarians of this municipality, because it is small, they can go and see, they can listen to the people, they can, and we hope if we do our job, after or in 5 years, in the end of this government, we will have all the municipalities with local governments. But with a rule, if you don't work, get out. Because you are there to receive money of the people, to serve these people. Not to be, I am, no, you are not. Only after a few years, people will say, you are. You are. Because I still remember, sometimes in the jungle, we and
where life was easier.
Wait! And if we cannot, we run away. But sometimes the Indonesian soldiers run away and we go and get the weapons, get them. And we saw the Indonesian map. Wow, big island. Wow, wow, wow. Well, why we are so small? Why? Because if we are we are a big island, they will not get us. But after the independence, I said, I remember this. I go around, I said, oh, thanks God, thanks for giving us so small country, because if it is big, it will be very difficult.
1.3 million, is it?
Yeah, because of the mountains, all of this. That's why it cost money to connect all the communities, because we are mountainous. We only have 20% of our land flat, all mountainous. That is why, yeah, but we will continue to do. And the money of our petroleum fund is, that's why next year also we are going to start the plan to the other resource, the Great Sunrise, that will come and continue to help the development of this country.
You've learned your lessons from the past.
Yes, yes, yes. If you learn the lesson from the past, you are not wiser. You are a good apprentice.
You're teasing. So the president is back to Jose Ramos Horta, and you are here. Wajah yang sama, same old faces, but with new plans. But what about your plans for the young people of Timor-Leste, preparing them to lead the country when you are no longer in charge?
Yes. I'm going to die tomorrow because I am already 77.
No, you're still very young. I'm sure you'll continue for forever. After 21 years of independence, and Timor-Leste is also becoming a member of ASEAN. Are you proud of the way things are? Are you proud of what you've done?
We are a member of many organizations. Sometimes, if you put your country in your bag, I am proud of, yes, be a member of this, be a member of that. But if you turn your back to this, you see, oh, I'm not proud of my, yeah. It must be the combination. Of course, of course, of course. 2008 or 9, I sent a diplomat living in Singapore, a Secretary of State, to start studying about ASEAN in a way to prepare ourselves to be a member. We were not rushing. We were not rushing. The problem was we tried to, yes, we tried to be, yeah, one day. But sometimes you get some events in your life and you cannot change. I met my dear friend Susilo, and I talked with him. He said, been here, we are in an island that half belongs to you, you belongs to ASEAN. We cannot say that we are in Pacific. That's why ASEAN will be Oh, very good, very good. Yeah. We went outside, the journalist, I support. I said, President, I was only telling you our thinking and you already declared. Sometimes some event like this, oh, I said, okay. But now, yes, now we are preparing ourselves. One thing that I used to do is I am against more than 1,500 meetings a year. So many, and during my time as Prime Minister before, in 1.5 government before, looking at all of this, we said, okay, we have to prepare people. It is about economy, yeah. Good people go and discuss, no? Not to go in there to listen only and to come. But yes, already more than 15 years preparing, and we didn't prepare it, but yeah, we are going to be in 2025. We'll be proud of being member of ASEAN. Yeah, we'll be.
Okay. Would you like to add anything else?
Actually,
Any regrets? Any mistakes that you felt, ooh,
oh,
I wish I hadn't?
don't say any.
Okay.
I did many. Put M before the
Many
word.
mistakes.
Many mistakes. Many mistakes. But there is a norm or a value in the. If you do a mistake, it is a mistake, comprehensible, but don't do the second time. Because the first time you didn't know, the second time because you, and then the third time will be a crime. Then yes, we cannot be how to say, free of mistakes in this big process that that presents many areas, many aspects together, and you cannot separate one by one. And but in some way, if you do something, you don't feel proud if you do something good. But if you go there and what you did, people are happy with this, it will be a consolation. You feel happy, not proud. That's why it is what we are trying. And the next year, from April, if you want to come from April to maybe September, you can come and say, Prime Minister, please tell me about this year. If I immediately say, it is that. If I say, you can imagine the problem that I face. But I trust that my ministers will do their best to respond to their duties, because we were mandated to do this. Yeah.
And you're wiser now. You're wiser now.
I don't understand.
You've learned your lessons from the past.
Yes, yes, yes. If you learn the lesson from the past, you are not wiser. You are a good apprentice.
Okay. You're teasing. Prime Minister Xanana, thank you so much for your
you
insight.
very
It was
much.
always enjoyable talking to
Thank you
You're
very
keeping in
much
good
for
health.
coming.
You're keeping in good health, I see.
Yeah, till now. Now that after talking to you, I can say I received more inspiration. I was talking, and it was a vacuum here because I was talking and talking, and you were giving me inspiration to do my job.
I hope so, and that would be a good thing if I am inspiring you to do your job and get your job done.
Yes.
And it's a difficult job,
Yes,
like you
yes.
said.
Difficult. Yes, difficult.
Okay.
But I can tell you that next year, if you can tell me, I hope that I can.
Show
laugh.
me what a good
Yes,
job that you've done.
yes.
Once again, thank you so much, Prime Minister, for your time, for your insight, and it's lovely to be back here again and seeing you after.
I thank
such a-
you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, for coming.
Ya, demikian Insight with Desi Anwar kali ini. Terima kasih atas perhatian Anda, dan jangan lupa Anda juga dapat menyaksikan acara ini di cnnindonesia.com dan juga di YouTube CNN Indonesia Insight with Desi Anwar. Sampai jumpa, stay safe. Bye-bye.